How many times do I have to tell you, even when you're crying, you're beautiful too?
Kyle was very friendly, very kind, very outgoing. Everybody loved him.
Kyle Yorlitz had big dreams.
He was a natural, this performance was going to be a thing for him.
But those dreams were shattered by a bullet from a stolen gun. Police charged 5 teens ages 12 to 16 with the murder.
It's a 9mm handgun.
They also seized 2 9mm handguns. One of them, our investigation discovered, stolen from a car outside these upscale Brentwood area apartments. The car's owner told police he left it unlocked. The other gun stolen with a car outside this North Nashville market. The driver left the engine running while she ran inside. Beth Jocelyn Roth heads the Safe Tennessee Project. She says guns stolen from cars is a big driver of youth violence across the state.
What we see is as these numbers of guns being stolen out of cars increases both in Memphis and here in Nashville, we see a correlating rise in homicides, and especially youth homicides.
Experts say the problems began here at the state capitol when Tennessee's pro-gun legislature made it legal back in 2014 for Tennesseans to keep loaded handguns in their cars.
There's not necessarily a reason why they should be leaving them in their cars.
But they can legally do that.
Legally they can, yes.
Gun lobbyist John Harris with the Tennessee Firearms Association says he would prefer that gun owners use a locking device like this.
And the weapon lays there.
To keep their handguns secure when they are not in their vehicles. But he doesn't want to punish those who don't. Should it be a crime for someone to leave a handgun unsecured in a vehicle?
I don't think so. I realize that it can result in a criminal getting access to it and doing something wrong.
Killing someone.
But you could steal the purse with money in it and go on the street and buy a gun. So how do you differentiate?
I don't know how you could think that. It defies logic.
If they didn't get it from a car, that same person may have gotten it from another source, whether legal or illegal.
That's an argument that you only hear in relation to guns. You don't ever hear anyone say underage kids are always going to figure out a way to get alcohol, so we should just lower the drinking age, or people are always going to drink and drive, so maybe we shouldn't have DUI laws.
Yeah, there's a chance that they would get those, but you don't make it easier for them.
When they're in their car, they can keep it in the seat next to them.
Last session, lawmakers failed to approve legislation to impose a fine on people who leave handguns unsecured in their cars.
Even though it's a fine only, if I'm a lawyer, if I got a misdemeanor on my record, I'm going to have to go talk to the Tennessee Supreme Court and the bar.
Do you want to make the victim a second victim?
John Harris says in the Kyle Yorlitz case, the gun owners were also victims from the theft of the weapons they left unsecured. What's the reluctance to at least say there ought to be a fine for leaving a handgun unsecured?
I think it ultimately comes down to you're victimizing them a second time.
And some people will hear you say that and say that's pretty callous.
Well, it may be, but it's the world we live in. I mean, Tennesseans love their guns.
But the Yorlitz say Tennesseans should also love their children. What has been the hardest moment for you?
Just not having him to talk to. Just that he's not here. It's still unbelievable. After all this time, it's like it just happened.
Those lobbyists, if this would have been their family instead of mine, their attitude would change very quickly. Their comprehension of what the other side of it is would be considerably different.